This Kevin Samuels video took me a long time to translate into other languages, but what he says is good. According to copyright laws and YouTube rules, one cannot copy or translate someone else's video without making some changes to it. If you do this 3 times, then YouTube will cancel your channel. And translating a video into other languages does not count as making changes to the video. It has to be a reaction video. This is one reason why I tell my stories. One subscriber said that he does not like my stories, and others have said they like my stories. I tell my stories because I know other men are going through some of the stuff I have been through. And hearing what happened to me and what I did can help. I want to point out a few things in the video before we start. For my foreign viewers, I want to give you a reference point. The woman in the video says she is 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighs 213 pounds. The woman you see here is about 220 pounds, and the shower curtain in the background shows that this woman is taller than the woman in the video. So this should give you an idea of the size of the woman in the video. The woman in the video is 35 years old, and has 3 kids by 3 different men. When she was 29 years old, she was in a relationship with a man who she admits was a good man. This man had no children and he was not one of the fathers to her 3 children. This good man asked her 2 times to marry him and she turned him down.
How old are you?
35.
Any children?
Yes, I have 3 girls.
Have you been married before?
I've been engaged twice to the same person.
Engagement queens, y'all.
The first time I was honest, I told him I wasn't ready. And the second time...
Why marriage now?
I'm being honest, I felt at the time I wasn't ready at the time. And now I'm ready.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
Well, I actually weighed myself today. I was 213.
Okay, so your man is 355 pounds. That's the way you need to start looking for men. 355 pounds or more.
Why would you say that? I'm just curious.
Because you're 213 pounds.
So you saying I have to lose weight to get the ideal man that I want? That's what you're saying?
I'm saying you're not the ideal woman that men want. You weigh more than a man. That's why 2.3, y'all. 213 pounds or 5
I'm very confident. I'm very confident.
How tall are you again?
I'm sorry?
How tall again?
I'm 5'4".
5'4". Ma'am, you are 35 pounds over the average weight for the average black woman, and she's 60 pounds overweight.
Okay.
So you asked,
Thank you.
So men who are looking to marry are not looking for women that weigh more than they do.
Okay.
Where's your last relationship over 2 years?
My last relationship over 2 years was in 2017 when my fiance proposed to me.
The fiance is the father of one of your children?
No, he's not. I met him in school. We reconnected from.
But you got 3 children, but how many different men? 2, 3?
3. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what men don't seem to understand. How women can go out and have 1, 2, 3 husbands, because it used to require a husband to have a baby.
Right.
So you should have 1 husband, 2 husbands, 3 husbands.
Right.
Was the person who you had your first child with, was he the person you lost your virginity to?
No.
Okay, so the person you lost your virginity to should have been your husband.
Correct.
That's 4. So you should have had 1, 2, 3, 4 husbands. So you're out here at how old again?
I'm 35.
35, and you would have been married 4 times. You would have had 1, 2, 3, 4 husbands to not be a virgin, to have 3 children.
Well, can I be?
No. Let me finish. This is how human beings have evolved.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because we make it okay now, still men are saying for a woman to have 3 children by 3 different men, that needs to be 3 husbands.
Right.
And she had sex. That means the man she married should have been a husband. So You're looking for a 5th husband. You're looking for a 5th husband, and you ain't even 40 years old. why should you have 5 husbands? So the way this scenario looks, you'd be looking for the 5th husband at 35. Why should any woman have 5 husbands?
They shouldn't. That's insane.
Thank you. So even if I take into consideration your trauma as a teenager, still doesn't change the ultimate fact of you had 2 more children.
Right.
And you're 213 pounds. Okay? This is why people think I'm an asshole, because I stay on task.
No,
life happens to us all. I was just speaking with a lady who was dealing with her own issue. We all have something.
Right.
But you have to be what a man wants in order for him to give you the highest honor a man can give you. You gave 2 men the highest honor you could give a man, to have the child.
Right.
And you didn't require marriage. So why are you requiring it now? Because you feel like you're ready? That's not how that works.
I get it.
So
what advice do you have for me now?
Okay, well, so let me ask you. Okay. Let's just say you believed me. Let's just say you believe me. And I said, ma'am, in order to find a husband, you need to drop down to about 140 pounds. And then after that, you can get married. Would you do it?
I would. But I'm going to do it for myself. I'll do it.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit?
Yeah, you need to do it for us and yourself. See, the instincts are wrong. Every other race of women does stuff to please their men. They say, I'm going to stay fit and thin because these men like it. Our women, I'm going to do it for me. That's why y'all are unmarried.
Wow.
White men ain't rushing to marry you. Do other women, groups of women, act like y'all do? Do you hear Becky talk about I'm strong, independent, don't need no man? What other race of women sit back and tell you all their struggles and traumas and wear them like a goddamn badge of honor? Black women don't own the market on misery and trauma. Mm-hmm. I know plenty of women who came from rural China.
Correct.
Who could look at what you're saying and be like, you live in the freest country in the world.
Right.
What does a man get with you being his wife?
What does a man get with me being his wife? Mm-hmm. I would say honor and respect. I would say that would be my first for me. The typical stuff. Cook, clean.
Let's say cooking and cleaning, due respect, it's not special anymore. Hold on, listen what I'm about to say. You got to cook and clean for yourself.
Right.
So it's not like you get doing that for him.
Okay.
Honor and respect. Okay. Just because I say I want this and want that, and what he gets from me exclusively is this vague thing called honor and respect. It's very vague. Cooking and cleaning. I mean, men can cook and clean these days. So so you need to understand where the men are coming from, because the men have to pick. So the men are saying, well, wait a minute. You have 3 children. Your youngest is 13. Okay, so I don't get benefit of, having first access to her womb, regardless as to the tragedy and trauma. Get it? Doesn't matter. It's the reality. Cooking and cleaning. I had to learn how to cook and clean because this is a modern world. And how many days a week do you cook right now?
About 4.
4 out of 7.
To be honest, yeah.
So you cook half the time right now.
Right now.
So if you got married,
but I'm doing better.
But if you got married, how many meals a week you gonna cook?
To be honest, I probably would do maybe 5.
Okay, so your
And then
husband, so the husband gets one whole additional meal over your children. Not really a strong value proposition, man. This doesn't sound. See, I'm just lining it up. You already cook 4 times a week. I want to do an extra meal. I want to cook a meal a week for this husband. Now he got to be willing to die for me, and he got to be the stepfather to my children, and he got to be willing to do all this other kind of stuff. And he gets a woman who will give him honor and respect, one additional meal a week, and you're 213 pounds.
Oh,
Is that not what you just said?
it is what I just said.
Okay, so why does it sound so like when you said it's like, damn, fuck? Don't you think that sounds like? What do you think that sounds to me like? Well, damn. Maybe it's not such a good proposition for the man. Are the children's fathers active in their lives?
Yes.
So they got to. So your husband would have to deal with at least 2 other men's influence in his own home.
Yeah.
And he'd be a stepfather. Do you want any more children?
It's questionable.
Do you want any more children? That's a yes or a no.
Possibly yes. Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
Do you want any more children?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say
Do
yes.
you want how many more?
Probably just 1 more.
Okay. So at best, your husband would get for being a stepfather, get 1 meal, honor and respect. He'd get 1 kid, but he'd have to be the stepfather to 1, 2, 3 children. So every dime he spent on the kids, he'd have to split for 3 kids and 1 kid. Because he couldn't just provide for his kid. He'd have to provide for the other ones too, right?
Right.
So let's say he had a son, and he decided Christmas time came, and he had $1,000 to spend. He'd have to not spend $1,000 on his blood. He'd have to spend $250 on his blood, and then spend $750 on some other man's blood.
Oh shit.
Did your BD go and buy your husband's kid a Christmas gift?
Probably.
Hell no. No. So that's what you ladies are asking men to do. Hey, come over here and provide for your non-biological children instead of your biological children. I give you 1 and an additional meal and some honor and respect. Yeah, this doesn't sound that good a deal. I often wonder, how does that sound to women?
I mean, when you put it like that, I mean, yeah.
I mean, because seriously, though, I mean, think about it. He only gets 1 kid, so his son is 1 year old, or 3 years old, or 5 years old, and he got $1,000 to spend, and he wanted to spend all $1,000 on his boy. You know, you'd say something if he didn't buy something for A, B, and C. Then who loses? You don't think his boy would be like, well, damn, you got daddies too, so you get your daddy's gift and my daddy's gift? And your daddies don't live in this house. My daddy lives in this house. My daddy's paying the rent, lights, phone, gas, groceries, and everything else. And I take less as the biological child of my daddy's house with the men. That don't sound like a good deal for a man, does it?
Not really.
That's because you're looking for the 5th husband.
Okay.
You've already had the benefit of 4 husbands. And like we got here to begin with, I feel sorry for your tragedy, but you understand what I'm saying. Back in the day, to have this many children and to have had sex, you would have had to be married first. Those were the costs. Y'all have skipped all those costs, and now when you decide you want something, you want to put all the debt onto a man. That ain't cool.